Hello and welcome to the Hogtown Handyman. I'm David. I've got a question for you. Do you own any lawn maintenance equipment that's gas powered, like a chainsaw, weed eater, or backpack blower? If you do, you're in good company. Because you know, while the other guys are home making payments on their overpriced batteries for their Sawzall, we're heading to the Wawa to get some ethanol-free gas and one of those big pretzels they have at the counter when you check out. And I think you know the ones I'm talking about. And then you're rewarded with the wonderful fragrance of fossil fuel in your car by the time you get home, which the only thing I can think of that's better than that is after hauling home $30 worth of Mugu Gai Pan from the local Chinese takeout. And the fun doesn't stop there, because the next morning your crepe myrtles are going to be fully aware of who's in charge. Unfortunately, this does come at a minimal cost of something that I'm not too familiar with, but I know it's called maintenance. And that's why I am taking on the project that I am today, is replacing the primer bulb in my chainsaw. After years of sitting and neglect and using ethanol fuel, it has finally decided to self-destruct, and now we're going to have to replace it. So let's take a look. You can see in the photo, the purge pump, as it's called, or as I called it, a primer bulb, has basically broken into pieces and no longer is functional. We'll just remove the air cleaner cover, which is the first thing you see. Unscrew the knob. Seems fairly intuitive. I've always found that working on a chainsaw when it's not running seems to work out best, so we'll ensure that it remains that way by removing the spark plug cap, and then that leaves you with the air cleaner, air filter. Remove that just to gain access. And then you'll see that where the connections to the primer bulb are, and there are two small hoses. And I wish I could get a better angle here. And you just take your needle nose, and I know it's already falling apart even more, and pull the hoses off the primer bulb, and now you're ready to install the new one, just like that. Here's the replacement part. Fairly simple. You've got two tabs. You squeeze those in when you're removing it, and you squeeze them in when you're putting it back in. The hose nipples are orientated where you have the longer one positioned towards the outside of the chainsaw, and the shorter one positioned obviously more towards the inside. The receptacle, the housing, does basically force you to place it in a correct orientation. So let's give that a try. Fairly simple. There we go, it snaps right in, and now we'll give the fuel lines. Okay, we're going to grab the needle nose pliers, and we'll grab the first line, the shorter one, well, I'd call it the inside one, and hook it to the inside nipple of the pump. And then the other one is obvious. You hook it to the outside nipple of the pump, and it's time for reassembly. Okay, we're fully assembled. Gave the bulb a couple pumps, and we'll turn the switch on, and we won't be able to see it, but we'll see if it makes the magic noise. And what a beautiful noise that is. I can see my crepe myrtles shuddering in the backyard from here. Thanks for coming along. We'll see you on the next video.